You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I am back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports 2. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, like, comment, share. Let me know what you think about this. Got two pieces of MLB news this morning. One of them's good. The other one, not good for Major League Baseball. Rob Manford continues to rack up good old-fashioned L's. Congratulations on continuing to make this more of a regional sport than a national sport. If it wasn't for regional TV money, Major League Baseball would be in a lot of trouble. So we've got an announcement from a guy that I watch a lot of on YouTube. He's got a podcast. Patrick Bet-David is now a minority owner of my favorite Major League Baseball team, the New York Yankees. So we're going to look at that announcement from Patrick Bet-David. I really love his Mafia stuff, the stuff when he has on Michael Francis. His interview a while back, he's got one with Tulsi up right now. He's got one with Buck Sexton and Clay Travis up right now. I consume him 3 or 4 days a week. Guy's a badass. I mean, Valuetainment is a monster. Of course, he had offered Tucker Carlson a job about a month ago. Well, he's worked himself into an area now where he was able to do something that he's always wanted to do. Let's hear it.
And I may be 44 years old, but I feel like a kid right now. Let me tell you why. One of my biggest dreams just became a reality last Friday. I didn't think this was going to ever happen. To me, a regular guy, but as of last Friday, I'm officially a minority owner of the New York Yankees. Can you believe it? I can't believe it when I'm sitting in the room going through the background checks with Hal Steinbrenner to my left and Randy Levine interviewing me and Lon on this side and the Tony CFO on this side, and we're going through the whole thing in a tour, and my wife and I, 13 months of seeing what direction we're going to go. Is this going to work? I'm pretty loud. I say a lot of things. I have strong opinions. Is this going to work? And then the Yankees saying yes.
All of that is the reason I love to hear he's involved with the Yankees.
The biggest sports brand in America. This is a kid when I was in L.A. at 12, 13, 14 years old. I fell in love with baseball. I loved daily news because it offered more stats. And I wasn't the best baseball player. I could hit the ball, but I was not a good baseball player. I was never going to play in the major leagues. So my way of living through these players was the cards. I'm like, oh, one day I want the 52 Mickey Mantle Topps card. What if one day I own a Babe Ruth rookie card? What if one day? What if one day? And you know, as 14-year-old kids, what if one day you're an owner of this? Oh, that's never going to happen to us. Just purely a dream, right? Listen, I still can't believe it. I've had some major things that have happened in my life. This has got to be up there on the list of big things that have happened in my life. My wife and I, we went there. You know, we spent the entire day getting a tour, the history, you know, the statues, behind the scenes, executive team, watching the game and going through the process, the interview process, the 30, 40 different documents I had to sign with MLB, with Yankees, with all this stuff.
Sure.
But when the word came, I was in Bermuda with my family. And Sam sends me the note, and my lawyer, David, calls me and he says, Pat, it's official. I said, you got to be kidding me. He says, no, it's official. I said, this is freaking ridiculous.
Wow, so that's pretty phenomenal. I'll stop it right there. But it's good to see a guy that I consume a lot of, a guy that's worked his ass off, make that kind of a leap. And he is wildly popular. That channel is a complete monster over there. So, of course, if you're not subscribed to Valuetainment, my God, do so. 17 former Major League Baseball scouts suing the league for age discrimination. Man, if it's not a mess involving something to do with pride, then it's a nightmare of some other thing for Rob Manford. I mean, I still contend that Adam Silver is the worst commissioner in sports, but as bad as people thought Bud Selig was, who would think we would ever long for Bud Selig? But that's sort of where we're at now. More than a dozen former MLB scouts filed a lawsuit against the league, its teams, and Commissioner Rob Manford. So he is getting sued along with Major League Baseball. saying they were discriminated against because of their age. In total, 17 people filed the lawsuit in U.S. District Court in Denver, citing age discrimination in the Employment Act of 1967, along with laws in 11 states and New York City. The scouts' ages range from 55 to 71. My God, that's exactly the sort of dudes I want scouting my Major League Baseball players. Saying the league and its teams, quote, acted to prevent the reemployment of older scouts or refused the reemployment of older scouts from 2020 to 2022. Let me guess. They hid that under the ruse of COVID. That's my guess, but that's speculation. The ex-scouts also allege MLB in 2015 ended a listing of scouts eligible for employment. The decision to end the MLB Scouting Bureau in 2018 was discriminatory, and MLB used analytics and the coronavirus pandemic as pretext to eliminate older scouts. They also set a MLB provision that offsets scout salaries when they sign with a new team, but are still being paid by a previous team from which they have been fired is discriminatory. Quote, this lawsuit is about age discrimination within a sport that supposedly values history. That's right. Tradition, putting the best possible product on the field, lawyer Mitchell C. Albetta said of Kilgore and Kilgore, and that was in a statement. MLB said in a statement, quote, it looks forward to refuting these claims in court, but it does not comment on pending litigation. Former Cubs scout James S. Benedict is leading the charge. He was fired by the Cubs in 2020, and they seek class action certification. Benedict played minor league baseball and was a college pitching coach before becoming a scout for the Texas Rangers in 1990. He also had roles with the Expos, Dodgers, Yankees, Cleveland, Pirates, and the Marlins. He was most recently the Cubs' special assistant to baseball operations. That sounds like sort of a bigger job than even scout. My God. If it's not one thing, it's another with Major League Baseball. Sports has become, especially the last, let's say, 3 years, sports is full of drama that's got nothing related to things happening on a playing field or in a dome or wherever. And that's not a great thing for sports. It's not. You want the drama to be, if it's going to be off field, you want it to be about player transactions and where will this free agent go and sort of the hot stove stuff, to take a baseball term, involving all the sports, whether it's NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball. I mean, that stuff used to be fascinating off the field. But now it's a lot of, pandemic, discrimination, Pride Day, all of this crap that's got nothing to do with the products, political ideologies. Get back to playing. And it's crazy because, to me, baseball, it's the older guys, it's the wiser guys that I want to listen to. It's a game that's been around forever. That's the kind of guys I want scouting. And I knew in part, I had not read, I like to read all these articles a lot of times fresh because I can give you guys a fresh reaction. And I knew somewhere in this, the damn Wuhan virus would be a part of it. I wonder how much that happened around the United States. Let's use the pandemic so people can't have their jobs back. Very interesting. Tell me what you think, Black and White Sports 2 supporters. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.